Anakin had sensed something was wrong for weeks. The Chancellor spoke too calmly about fear, power, and loss, as if he knew the dark side from the inside. At first, Anakin ignored it. Palpatine had always guided him, praised him, and told him he was meant for something greater. But now, every word felt sharper, too precise, too hungry. The truth came during a private meeting in the Senate Tower. Palpatine leaned close and spoke of Darth Plagueis, not like a legend, but like a witness. Anakin watched his eyes. He heard the pride in his voice. In that moment, the pieces locked together. Count Dooku's master, the war, the whispers. Palpatine was the Sith Lord the Jedi had been hunting. Anakin did not bow. He did not ask for mercy. He stepped back, hand near his saber, and forced himself to stay calm. Palpatine smiled, almost relieved. At last, the mask was gone. Then he offered Anakin the same promise that could break any man the power to save Padme from death. For one terrible second, Anakin wavered. Then he saw the trap. Palpatine was not offering hope. He was feeding on fear. He wanted Anakin alone, desperate, and ashamed. So Anakin made the choice that changed the galaxy. He left. He went straight to Obi-Wan. The confession hit like a blaster shot. Obi-Wan listened in silence as Anakin revealed everything. The story of Plagueis, the dark side promises, the hidden truth about the Chancellor. There was no anger in Obi-Wan's face, only pain and urgency. Within the hour, the Jedi Council moved. The temple locked down. And deep in his office, Darth Sidious stopped smiling. For the first time, Sidious felt his perfect plan crack. After leaving the Senate Tower, Anakin did not run to Padme. He did not return to Palpatine. He went to the one man he had trusted in battle more than anyone else. Obi-Wan Kenobi met him in a quiet hall of the Jedi Temple, and one look at Anakin's face told him this was no normal report. Anakin tried to speak calmly, but fear broke through every sentence. He told Obi-Wan about the story of Darth Plagueis. He told him how Palpatine spoke of the dark side like a master, not a student. Then he admitted the part he had hidden from everyone. Padme was pregnant, and he had seen her dying in his visions. For a moment, Obi-Wan said nothing. This was the wound beneath everything. Anakin was not only afraid of a Sith Lord, he was afraid of loss. Afraid of failing the person he loved most. In the past, that fear would have driven him back to Palpatine. This time, he had chosen differently. Obi-Wan placed a hand on his shoulder. "You should have told me sooner." "I know," Anakin said. "But if Palpatine is telling the truth, if there is any way to save her, that is how he wins," Obi-Wan replied. "He turns love into chains." Those words hit hard, because Anakin knew they were true. Still, truth did not kill fear. It only gave it a name. Together, they went before the council. Mace Windu believed the danger at once. Yoda felt deep pain in Anakin, but also a rare chance. For the first time in years, Anakin stood inside the temple with nothing left to hide. And as the council prepared to move against the Chancellor, Palpatine reached out through the Force and realized Skywalker had slipped beyond his control for the moment. But Darth Sidious was never weakest when exposed. He was most dangerous when cornered. The council did not wait for dawn. Within minutes of Anakin's warning, Mace Windu gathered the Masters still on Coruscant. Obi-Wan stood at Anakin's side. Yoda remained silent for a long moment, feeling the storm around Skywalker and the darker storm rising inside the Chancellor's office. Then the order came. They would move now, before Palpatine could strike first. That decision changed everything. In the original path, Palpatine had time to isolate Anakin, to twist his fear, and to turn one desperate choice into the fall of the Jedi. Here, the Jedi acted while Anakin was still with them. The temple went into lockdown. Guards sealed the hangars. Trusted clone commanders were quietly delayed from receiving direct orders from the Chancellor. Coruscant itself seemed to hold its breath. Mace led the strike team. Kit Fisto, Agent Kolar, and Saesee Tiin moved with him. But this time, Obi-Wan insisted on coming. He knew Palpatine had spent years shaping Anakin's mind. If this ended badly, they would need more than blades. They would need someone Anakin trusted. When the Jedi entered the Chancellor's chamber, Palpatine was already waiting. No smile. No political mask. The room felt colder, as if the light itself feared him. "So," he said, rising slowly, "the boy has chosen the Jedi." His voice was no longer warm. It was ancient, sharp, full of hatred. Mace declared him under arrest. Palpatine answered with violence. His lightsaber flashed from his sleeve in a burst of red, and the office exploded into motion. Windows cracked, statues shattered. Force lightning tore across the room like living fire. This time, there was no doubt, no debate, no final test. Outside, hidden channels opened. Across Coruscant, clone commanders received a single coded pulse, and the first shadow of Order 66 began that very night. Palpatine had been exposed, but he was still moving first, and across the Republic, loyal soldiers were about to become executioners. While Mace Windu dueled Sidious in the Chancellor's office, Anakin remained in the temple under guard. That was not a prison sentence. It was protection. Obi-Wan knew Palpatine's next weapon would not be a blade. It would be fear. And fear came quickly. As alarm spread across Coruscant, Anakin felt Padmé through the Force like a fading light behind smoke. His visions returned with brutal force. He saw her crying out. He saw medical droids failing. He saw himself too late to save her. Each image struck the same wound. If Sidious died now, would the secret die with him? That question began to poison every breath. Anakin paced the council chamber like a caged storm. Yoda sensed the conflict growing inside him and tried to pull him back from the edge. He warned that the future was always moving, always uncertain. Visions were not fate, they were shadows. But shadows had ruled Anakin's life since his mother died in his arms. He did not fear pain, he feared helplessness. Then Palpatine reached for him across the Force. The voice was distant, but clear. It slid into Anakin's thoughts with cold patience. Help me, and I can still save her. Let them kill me, and Padmé dies with your child. It was the perfect strike, not on Anakin's pride, on his love. For one shaking moment, he turned toward the door. He could still run to the Senate district. He could still choose the forbidden path. Obi-Wan stepped in front of him before he moved another pace. You are not alone, Obi-Wan said. Those words stopped him, not because they erased the fear, but because they broke Palpatine's lie. The Sith had always offered power through isolation. Obi-Wan offered burden shared. For once, Anakin chose trust over terror and secrecy. Then the Force trembled. Across Coruscant, clone channels changed, and the first deaths of Order 66 began. Order 66 began like a poison signal spreading through the Republic. On distant worlds, clone troopers raised their rifles against Jedi generals. In the temple, emergency reports flooded in all at once. Screams, static, broken pleas for help. The nightmare Palpatine had hidden inside the war was finally waking up. But on Coruscant, his most important move still depended on one thing. Anakin Skywalker had to fall. Sidious reached for him again through the Force, harder now, with no kindness left in the voice. He showed Anakin visions of Padmé dying, of the Jedi failing, of the Republic burning unless he acted. Then came the final command. Come to me, save her, fulfill your destiny. Anakin felt the pull like a hook in his chest. He wanted to run. He wanted to believe there was still one secret left to steal from the dark. But now, he saw the truth with painful clarity. Palpatine did not want to save Padmé. He wanted to own Anakin's fear forever. That realization broke something open inside him. Anakin ignited his lightsaber and turned not toward the Senate Tower, but toward the gunships preparing to defend the temple. Obi-Wan joined him without a word. Together, master and apprentice launched into the chaos spreading across Coruscant. At the Chancellor's office, Mace Windu was still locked in battle with Sidious. Windows burned with lightning. The room shook under waves of dark side fury. Anakin arrived as the duel reached its breaking point. Sidious saw him and smiled, certain the last temptation would win. Help me, he hissed. And she lives, Anakin answered by charging straight at him. For the first time, Sidious was wrong. Completely wrong. The weapon he had forged for years had turned in his hands, and the Sith's perfect future began to collapse there. But Palpatine did not fear losing the duel alone. He feared what Anakin and Obi-Wan fighting together could mean for the entire galaxy. And outside the shattered office, Order 66 was only getting started. Coruscant erupted before sunrise. The moment Anakin turned on Sidious, the Sith Lord changed tactics. If he could not claim the Chosen One, he would drown the capital in panic and turn the Republic against the Jedi by force. Emergency channels lit up across the city. Clone units received false orders. Senate security was told the Jedi had launched a coup. Fear moved faster than truth. Inside the shattered Chancellor's office, Mace Windu and Obi-Wan pressed the attack while Anakin drove straight through Sidious's guard. For a few seconds, the Dark Lord gave ground. Then he unleashed the full violence he had hidden for decades. Force lightning burst across the chamber, blew apart pillars, and hurled glass into the night sky. The tower itself seemed to scream. Sidious was not trying to escape. He was buying time. Across Coruscant, clone gunships turned toward the Jedi Temple. Shock troops sealed landing lanes. Holonet broadcasts began repeating the same lie. The Jedi had attempted to assassinate the Supreme Chancellor. Civilians ran for shelter as walkers rolled through the streets. The capital of the Republic became a war zone in minutes. Anakin felt every part of it. He heard clone comms calling Jedi traitors. He felt younglings trembling in the temple. He felt Padme somewhere in the city, surrounded by rising chaos. For one terrible instant, his focus split and Sidious struck. A blast of dark side energy threw him across the office and smashed him into a broken wall. Obi-Wan rushed to his side. Mace held the line alone, blade locked against red fury. Below them, fires spread through the Senate district. This was no longer a secret duel. It was the first battle for the soul of the galaxy. And Sidious had already opened a second front inside the temple itself before anyone could react. Then the temple sent its first desperate signal for help. Clone forces were breaching the outer gates, and younglings were still inside. Anakin and Obi-Wan reached the temple as smoke rolled across the upper platforms of Coruscant. Clone gunships circled the spires. Blaster fire flashed through the rain like broken lightning. For the first time since Geonosis, master and apprentice moved as one without doubt between them. They entered through the western hangar and found the first wave of troopers already inside. The fighting was brutal and fast. Obi-Wan deflected volleys with calm precision. Anakin hit like a storm, driving forward with raw speed and power. Side by side, they cut a path through the corridor and reached the younger initiates before the clones could seal the chamber. The sight hardened Anakin's resolve. Children huddled behind fallen pillars, terrified and confused. In another future, he would have become the monster at their door. Here, he was the shield standing in it. Obi-Wan ordered surviving Jedi to split into rescue teams. Some moved the younglings toward hidden tunnels beneath the archives. Others rushed to the communications tower. If they could broadcast proof that Palpatine had activated Order 66, they might stop more clone commanders before the slaughter spread farther. But the clones kept coming. These were soldiers Anakin had led for years, men who had trusted him. Now their faces were blank behind helmets, their loyalty twisted by commands buried in their minds. Each strike felt like losing part of the army he had fought beside through the war. At the central stairway, Captain Rex's unit arrived from orbit, weapons raised. Anakin stepped forward, torn between instinct and duty. Then Rex hesitated. For one impossible second, recognition broke through the order. And deep in the Senate district, Palpatine sensed the crack. If one clone could resist, the whole plan might begin to fail, and Sidious would answer that threat with something even worse next. Hope had finally appeared inside the temple. But Sidious still had one last move, and it could decide the future of the Republic forever. Back in the Senate Tower, the night finally broke. Mace Windu was on one knee. Obi-Wan was bleeding from the shoulder. Broken glass spun through the chamber in the wind, and Darth Sidious stood at the center of it all like a living storm. He knew the plan was collapsing. The temple had not fallen. Anakin had not turned. Clone units were hesitating. The lie was cracking. So Sidious reached for the only weapon he still trusted: raw terror. He blasted the room with lightning so fierce that even Mace staggered. Obi-Wan went down behind a split column. Anakin drove forward through the blue fire, blade raised, eyes locked on the Sith. Sidious screamed and hurled every ounce of hate at him. For one burning second, the whole chamber froze between red, blue, and white. Then Anakin stepped inside the storm and cut the Emperor's hand away. Palpatine reeled back, shocked less by pain than by failure. He had seen so many futures, but not this one. Not Skywalker choosing sacrifice over control. Not Obi-Wan still standing at his side. Mace rose with grim purpose, brought his blade down, and sent Sidious crashing through the shattered frame of the office window. The Dark Lord fell into the black heart of Coruscant, his scream lost beneath the sirens below. For a long moment, nobody moved. The dark pressure in the Force lifted, but it did not vanish cleanly. Too much damage had already been done. Across the Republic, Jedi were dead. Clones were still under the Order. Fear still ruled the Senate. Winning the duel had not saved the system. It had only given the galaxy one last chance to save itself. Anakin looked over the city and felt no victory. He thought of Padme. He thought of the younglings in the temple. He thought of every clone now trapped between loyalty and programming. This was the future Palpatine had built. A republic ready to kneel because it was too afraid to stand. And now, for the first time, everyone would look to Anakin Skywalker to decide what came next. They returned to the temple before dawn. Survivors filled the halls. Healers moved from room to room. Younglings sat wrapped in blankets, staring at the doors each time they opened. Captain Rex had laid down his weapons and submitted to medical scans. The Kaminoan inhibitor chip was found. Then another, and another. The truth spread fast. Order 66 had not been loyalty. It had been slavery hidden inside the Grand Army from the very beginning. Padme arrived under heavy guard just as the sun touched the towers. When Anakin saw her alive, his strength almost failed him. She ran into his arms, and for the first time in many days, the future did not feel like a sentence. Obi-Wan turned away and gave them that moment. Even Yoda said nothing. Some victories in the Force were quiet. Some were simply the lives that had not been lost. By midday, the Senate demanded answers. Mas Amedda tried to hold power together, but the recording from the Chancellor's office destroyed the lie. Sidious's voice filled the chamber. His red blade flashed across screens. The war, the deception, the order, it was all there, senators shouted. Some called for revenge, some called for martial law. Then Padme rose and pointed to Anakin. "No more secret rulers," she said. "No more fear." The room fell silent. The Jedi asked Anakin to restore order. The Senate was to crown him hero. The galaxy waited to see whether the Chosen One would take power or refuse it. Anakin looked from Padme to Obi-Wan to the broken Senate below. The Sith were dead, but the Republic was still wounded. And for the first time in his life, the Chosen One was not being told his destiny. He was about to choose it.